Hello, beautiful Scorpio friends. I am so intrigued and excited to feel through the energy with you for this March. As many of you know, I took off February from doing the 12 sign readings while I went through a big move. So it feels so good to be back here. And March is so magical. It's got this mystical energy to it that is so profound and works really, really well with Scorpio energy because, of course, Pisces season this year is just amplified. We not only have Neptune in Pisces, which Neptune's been in Pisces for a long time, but we also have Jupiter, we also have Mercury, we also have the new moon. So this month is just big, juicy Piscean energy going full force. The first few weeks of March. And then, of course, it's the equinox on the 20th. The sun moves into Aries at that time, and we begin the new year in the astrological calendar in Western astrology. So this is just a really potent month for rebirth, release, review, initiation, all these big kind of keywords that we hear so often in the spiritual world. And I think my goal in general, when we talk about something like a month of March, is to give us more of a way to enter into those big words and make this month about something deeper and truer and more meaningful, and also to do it in a way that doesn't put a whole bunch of extra pressure on ourselves. Now, for you all, this is such an interesting time in general for Scorpios. Like this year and next year are going to be really interesting years because you're working with this South Node energy in your sign. And I feel like there's a lot of inflammation. There's a lot of inflammatory conversation that goes on around South Node conversations. And I mentioned this in January when I was discussing the South Node moving into your sign. And I just want to take a moment before we get into the cards. First of all, how are you doing? How is it feeling? What themes are coming up for you? I would really love to hear what those are. But the way that I always think about this with Scorpio energy, especially with the South Node in Scorpio, I have a South Node in Scorpio, so this is very normal, innate energy to me. But the South Node in Scorpio is really interesting because it's about reviewing how we use the potent, powerful energy of Scorpio, right? Like how we connect to it. What does it do? What role does it play in our lives? Are we using it to nourish and nurture ourselves? Are we using it to go deep and feel deeply and feel that we have like this web of life and transformation supporting us? Or are we allowing it, because it is so powerful, to sometimes like take over and take us to dark places and heavy places and painful places, right? All over and over and over again in a repetitive fashion. So this time and this year, and as we move through the next year and of several months, it's a really great time to examine and connect and reconnect with and have fun examining how you connect with your own Scorpio energy and what it means to you and how you want it to give you life force in this life. And that's what it's really, really about. So just wanted to remind you about that. Now, whenever there's a ton of water energy, right? Like a ton of energy in Pisces, this is going to be great for Scorpios, right? Because it's going to be so in flow and there's so much energy moving through Pisces. This is all about expanding your heart and opening up your heart. And Pisces season this year specifically is also really important when it comes to taking a breath and allowing insight and support to come and meet you and hold you and just surrender to something bigger holding you through it. And Pisces energy for Scorps is going to be very heart-based. So this is about opening up this part of yourself, right? Allowing that to be open. Just, it doesn't have to be for everybody out in the public world. This is about, if you're just home or in your happy place, in your space, in your group of people, allowing that to feel more open. And I'm not saying that like Scorpios are closed down or anything. I just think, like myself included, absolutely. Sometimes we don't even realize that we've kind of done this with our hearts, with this part of our energy system, right? We're just living life thinking all's good. And it's nice to put a little attention on certain aspects, right? And like reopen them. So that was the message that came through as I checked in with Scorpio energy. It's going to be about allowing others to help and love you, and allowing your beautiful, bright, bold, shiny lights to shine. Because Scorpio energy to me is so warm and beautiful. Like it has this warmth and beauty to it, and this playfulness. And this month is really asking you to share that, but we can't share it if we're, in the last couple of months, people who have a lot of sensitivity and very good antennae, have had to kind of retract the antenna and kind of retract in. So this is an important time to practice in places that feel good to you, opening up a little more. Queen of Swords. All right. Now, of course, with the heralding of the equinox and the sun moving into Aries, this is also going to be a time for you to reconnect to your body as we move into the astrological new year. Check in with how your body's feeling, how you want to connect with it, what you want that to look like. The star. I love it, Scorpio. I just love it. How you want your daily routines, rituals to go. So there's a practical side once we get to Aries season for you when it comes to just how you want your day-to-day to look like. Strength. I love it. All right. I'm going to pull a final card for us today from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. I love this Oracle deck. It's so beautiful. It's very Piscean, very mystical and hidden worlds. And that's all that Pisces energy is all about, the hidden world. The Light Priestess. Oh my gosh. Is that so perfect for Scorpio or what? Galactic wisdom and cosmic ritual. I mean, come on. All right. We'll get into her in a moment. Let's start off with these really, really potent cards in the main reading, in the classic tarot reading. So you have a lot of support in these cards, and there's a lot of clarity. This is not about wishy-washy kind of like vague, maybe it's happening, maybe it's not, maybe I believe, maybe I don't. This is like the kind of energy where it's like, yeah, truth. I know this. I know this is right for me. I know I need to take that rest. I know I need to go for that project. I know I need to say yes to that connection. I know I need to say no, right? It's like, it's that kind of energy. And I think so often water energy and Piscean energy especially gets kind of confused with this idea that like we won't know what we're doing and we'll be so confused because Neptune and Jupiter and it's in Pisces and it's too confusing. Well, I especially don't worry about that with Scorpio, because the intuitive gifts there, right? It's not about what consensus says is right for you. You know, your family member saying, oh, you should date this person, you should be this for a career, right? It's about something that you know at a core level that you follow. And there's a clarity to that, right? So that's what these cards are all about. So Queen of Swords, boundary setting. I love this lady. This is going to be about clearing space. And I so often think, you know, Queen of Swords kind of gets associated too with like breakups and saying no to people and all of that. But for me, Queen of Swords is also about like clarifying and simplifying, right? So if you have this big roster of projects and things and everything you need to be, the Queen of Swords is like a reminder that like doing a few things that really bring us into a sense of who we are and doing them well and doing them a way that we mean is potent. It is powerful. And it's oftentimes better than filling up our plate and doing all the busy work and trying to be every single thing that we could ever be just so that we can like push through, right? So the Queen of Swords is about simplifying. It's about saying yes to the things we really mean and stepping back from the things that we don't, and being very deliberate about this. And this is something that you can start practicing. It doesn't always have to be on the huge things, the big family matters, the big work matters. I like to start practicing Queen of Swords things And I know y'all are empathic and you feel things and you want to do the right thing for those people that you really care about. I also know you'll cut people off if you're done, you're done. But I like to practice this with just little decisions. What I'm eating for dinner, or, what I'm going to like pick up off the shelf, or even just like, am I going to run that extra errand, and just checking in with myself and noticing, am I putting more on my plate than I need to? So the Queen of Swords is a reminder about that, not squandering your energy on every possible avenue. Pick, be selective, be discerning, period. Because you need your energy for this stuff right here. The Star and Strength. Okay. It's so interesting because these represent two other fixed signs, right? Aquarius and Leo. It's the Aquarius-Leo axis showing up here in your reading, Scorpio. But what's so interesting about this is about playing the long game. This is about staying in it the way that fixed sign energy does, which is to dig in, and see things through and commit to things fully, which is a beautiful quality of fixed sign energy. But we want to make sure we are using that fixed sign energy, right, for the things that are worth that type of commitment. We don't want to spread our energy super thin. So the Star and Strength here are reminding you that there is something, right? A vision, a dream, a project, a connection, a path, a something that you feel deep in your bones that you got to follow. And the reading essentially is this month. It's so simple. It's so simple. Focus on that. Focus on that thing. Yes, we're going to have to do, the usual things, filling out our taxes or running an errand or, like still showing up being a good person in our lives. Of course, we're going to have things that happen, right? But this is about the energetics, where we put our emotion, where we put our energy, our emphasis, right? Like how we talk to ourselves inside, where we give, right? That is where we want to focus. The Star and Strength are about playing that game long and with love and with tenderness. Now, the Star is about leaving our comfort zone. It wants to give us the gift, the dream, the vision, the hope, the healing, the renewal, all of that beautiful stuff. But the Star also always asks us to go outside of the familiar circle that we walk around, right? She says, you can have this gift. I just want you to come here, just right outside of that familiar comfort zone. Strength is about not trying to like burn open the doors and have it all done, have the whole process done, have the thing conquered, have it all completed in 1 month. We have March and it's a powerful month for Scorpio, so we're just gonna like blast through it. Strength is about the fact that we know that this thing is going to work with us for a long time. It's something that we need to allow to blossom. We don't need to unleash all of our strongest, most intense energy right this second. We want to just open to it and allow that process to keep holding us, and it's going to keep holding us. So basically this reading is about you connecting to something that's a bigger, longer process, a bigger, longer energetic cycle. And like I was mentioning with the South Node in your sign, this is a time where you might be reconnecting to your own innate energy in new ways, understanding it in new ways, working with it in new ways. And because of that, maybe coming into some new and exciting understanding of what you're doing in this life and how you want to use your beautiful scorpionic energy in this world. Because I've said it once and I will say it again, but Scorpio energy is one of the most important, powerful healing energies that we have in this world. If you are born with Scorpio energy in your chart, and it's something that you work with regularly, it means you have something beautiful to offer to the world, and something that can help us to get more comfortable with all facets of ourselves and to be more at peace with all aspects of ourselves and to be more whole. I think Scorpio energy, when we learn to work with it deeply, it's like we're allowed to be our whole selves, not just the shiny, bubbly one, or not just the focused one, or not just, but we can also be the one that grieves. We can also be the one that transforms. We can also be the one that falls apart. We can also be all these other things, and it doesn't make us less. Let's get into this Light Priestess though. Seriously. Hello, beautiful card. I love this card so much. I could just meditate on this for a while. Galactic wisdom and cosmic ritual. All right, so that card kind of speaks for itself, I think. What it makes me think about is, these first three cards in some ways were very practical. It was about set boundaries, save your energy for what matters. You don't need to put your antenna and your energy out there into the world 24/7. Focus on those things that feel really right. Allow yourself to spend a little more energy on those one or two things that are just, you can feel it in your solar plexus. You can feel it in your heart. The Light Priestess is a message that's a reminder to spend some time playing with your rituals, with the way you connect with energy, and tapping into some of this supportive energy. I mean, you got the Star and you got the Light Priestess, and these are very much about the light, warm beings, energies that are holding you, carrying you, wanting beautiful things for you. So tap into them. Take some time this month to make sure you're tapping into those energies very specifically, very pointedly. Let them show you. Soften this heart space up so that they can show you what they want to show you. It's so important. And that has shown up time and again in this conversation. I think it's so essential. And, for me, March is not about the effort of transformation. It's not about the effort of rebirth or release. It is about how we allow that to happen. And we hear that time and again, it's not the effort, it's the allowing. But I mean, really, we spend a lot of energy blocking our own energy. We spend a lot of energy blocking ourselves just inside, not even in the physical, literal things we do in the world. And this month is really about shaking it off, going for a dive in the ocean, a really beautiful cosmic ocean that wants to hold us. So be deliberate about tapping into that beautiful energy. Be deliberate about sharing your beautiful Scorpio energy in ways that feel good to you. I am so excited. I love when Scorpio energy gets shared in beautiful ways. I love when I see it out and about in ways that just light me up. It is my favorite thing. You all mean so much to me. You have been some very important teachers in my life. That is a certain thing. I'm going to be doing so many activations over on my Patreon. We're going to talk about every single week of the month of March because I cannot get into the number of transits and conversations that happen in a month here. So we do a weekly tarot reading. We do a weekly astrology talk. We also activate all of the moons, and I do worksheets and all sorts of things for all these shifts and conversations. So I would love to see you over there. I'll leave the link for that below. You can find me on Instagram. There is only one true Sarah Vrba. There are some dupes out there trying to scam people. So we want to ignore them, block them, report them. And we want to just follow the one safe, happy space. I'll leave that handle below so you know where to find me. And you can find me on my website and my email. I'd love to see you in any of all of those places. And obviously, I love seeing you here. So please stick around, subscribe, hang out. I will see you all so soon, my beautiful Scorpio friends. Have a gorgeous Pisces season and beginning to the astrological new year. Talk to you soon.